my dear friends, welcome to my channel, The Travel Man. This is Asim Bhardwaj, and I produce travel content on my channel. Now, this video is a repetition of my previously posted videos that I want to do again for the benefit of English audiences of foreigners who are traveling to India. I'm sorry that this video is not being shot in Hindi this time, so you can refer to my previous videos that were posted in Hindi. I post content in my native language, so do not feel disappointed when I post the next video in Hindi. So you can always reach out to me and I'm happy to answer you in English. But this video is exclusively for foreigners entering India. Recently, my favorite YouTuber, who also inspired me to travel and start a channel, and whom I know personally as well, recently he also traveled to Japan, and when I arrived in Japan, he was at the airport for a flight back to US, I think. When I checked with him on Instagram, so we missed meeting each other, but here's a story to tell. Now, well, this guy is Gabriel Traveler. How many of you know him? So he was trying to enter India from Bangladesh recently and was denied entry at the airport. I'll post a video link in the description of what he actually faced and talked about, and had to stay back in Bangladesh for a few days, I think 14 days, so that he does not require a COVID test. I think almost a week he stayed there. So do watch it. He will make another attempt to enter, this time by land, but if he is not successful in doing so, he will alternatively take a flight from Dhaka to Kolkata. So he had challenges understanding the entry requirements. In fact, he was not aware of it. In which the government of India has listed down 6 countries that require an RT-PCR test to enter India. Now, those countries are China, Hong Kong, Japan, South Korea, Singapore, and Thailand. Prior to Bangladesh, he was in Thailand, and within 14 days of his trip to Thailand, he tried to enter Kolkata, India from Bangladesh. He was straightforwardly denied entry because he was unaware of the fact that one needs an RT-PCR test report upon entering India. Now, I know the guidelines that the Indian government recently released a month back have caused a lot of confusion among travelers. Even I had a lot of challenges producing content and explaining to people in general because the guidelines were not clearly stated, and airlines, on the other hand, had no clue about the changes. Well, in this video, we are going to learn about the revised guidelines by India that I talked about several times in other videos but in Hindi. So let's forget about the guidelines or what's written in them and simply listen to the video. I hope that I would be able to clearly express and say each and every aspect of it. So I start this way. So firstly, if you are entering directly to India from China, Hong Kong, Japan, South Korea, Singapore, and Thailand, any of these 6 countries, you need an RT-PCR test report with a validity of 72 hours, and upload the same on the Air Suvidha portal. Now, what the heck is this? Air Suvidha portal is a passenger locator form where one needs to do the health declaration and specify passport details and where one is going to stay in India. Okay, I hope this is clear. So the requirement for the RT-PCR and Air Suvidha is only for those who are entering from these 6 high-risk countries, not for the rest of the world. All right, people coming from countries other than these 6 high-risk countries are not supposed to have an RT-PCR test report or Air Suvidha submission. But what happens to those who are not traveling from these 6 high-risk countries? I'll come to it in a short while. Stay tuned. So if you're transiting from aforementioned countries, right, like China, Hong Kong, Japan, South Korea, Singapore, and Thailand, and entering India, you would need an RT-PCR test report with a validity of 72 hours. Upload the same on the Air Suvidha portal. So earlier I was just talking about, like, if you're traveling directly from any of those high-risk countries to India, but now even if you're transiting, this is applicable on you. All right. So say instance you are in Canada and you are transiting via Bangkok. Okay, you're coming via Bangkok, then you would need to show the RT-PCR test report and upload it on the Air Suvidha. So you don't need to get the test done in Bangkok, okay, during your transit. It is not possible for one, especially when one has a short layover. So you can get your test done in your country of origin or upload the same on the Air Suvidha portal, even if you are returning to India. Okay, so get your test done in your home country and upload it on the Air Suvidha passenger locator form. Is it clear until now? Alright, let's proceed further. The clause is for everyone irrespective of their vaccination status. Whether you are vaccinated or not, or even if you have a booster dose. So this is applicable to you if you visit India from these high-risk countries. Let me tell you another thing. If you want to avoid COVID test and recently traveled to any of these high-risk countries, then better be in a country for 2 weeks and surpass 14 days of travel time or history to the high-risk countries you visited, okay, before entering India. Okay, now I'll come to the next point here that I want to discuss is if you're not traveling from these high-risk countries, so to say that you're traveling from US, Canada, or anywhere directly to India, then a random sample could be collected at Indian checkpoints at the airport for 2% of passengers per flight. So 2% of passengers per flight would be asked to deposit an RT-PCR sample at the airport. The expenses will not be borne by people in this case. It is free of cost for everyone at the airport when you land here. So do not cancel your plans if you are coming to India. Now, what happens if your sample would turn out to be positive? In such a case, you can quarantine at home or the hotel if you are not staying here with someone. The quarantine period could be for 7 days max, and for the remaining 7 days, you might have to monitor your health, self-monitoring, what we call, okay? And let me tell you that there are no special quarantine centers now. However, the government has taken sufficient measures to handle any kind of outbreak according to what is being projected or shown in media. If you have developed symptoms, you can also report that to our national helpline number, which is 1075, or the state helpline number. Now, children under 12 years of age are exempted from both pre-departure and post-arrival random testing in the case of general guidelines, where 2% of passengers need to get tested upon arrival in India. Or even if your children are returning from these 6 high-risk countries and they are below 12 years of age, they are not required to get the test done before they travel to India except their parents. Is it clear? Now, before I end this video, I strongly encourage all foreigners, not Indians, to have a medical insurance or coverage for the COVID expenses. However, medical insurance is not mandatory for entering India. All you need is your passport, hotel bookings, return flight proofs if you're coming here for the purpose of tourism, or e-visa copy. Foreigners who are entering India for the purpose of tourism is what I'm talking about. Next thing that I would recommend is that you contact your airlines before you travel to India to take confirmation about the latest travel guidelines and the requirements. I have already covered every little thing in this video, and the example of Gabriel Morris is what triggered this video. Alright, enough of talking. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Stay safe, travel safely, and return safely to your countries, my dear friends. Do make plans to visit India. Do not cancel your plans. India welcomes you. I see you once again. Take very, very good care of yourself. Bye-bye and take care.